The boots didn't stomp or rush, they marched with a dull, deliberate cadence, heavy and unyielding, like they owned the tiles they tread on. I hadn't heard that sound since my Navy days, but when it echoed through our hallway at 2:41 a.m., my pulse knew before my brain caught up. My wife, Elena, a former Delta Force operative, was already crouched by the window, her eyes slicing through the dark. Our son, Caleb, clutched his phone, recording, his teenage sarcasm replaced by something sharper. This wasn't about a rosemary plant in a clay pot by our mailbox. This was war, and it started with Susan, the HOA tyrant who thought she could control us. We'd moved to Willow Creek for peace, a place to sip coffee on the porch, wave at neighbors, and forget the chaos of deployments. Elena said the roofline gave clear sight lines to all corners. I thought she meant it had nice eaves. Caleb didn't care as long as Wi-Fi reached his room. But one week in, a letter slid under our door, no stamp, just bold print screaming violation. HOA Regulation 12 Unauthorized Rosemary Plant. Elena read it, her jaw tight. "They're testing us," she said. I laughed. "What? They hate herbs." She didn't smile. "They're probing the perimeter." Caleb yelled from the kitchen. "We're in trouble for a plant? That's like jail for a smoothie." I brushed it off. Elena didn't. 2 days later, a second letter arrived with a black and white photo of our porch, taken at night. Elena taped it to the fridge like a target. "They're watching." I told her to relax. "It's an HOA, not the CIA." She shot back. "You're mixing them up." Then Susan appeared, no knock, just a beige specter with a clipboard and a visor too tight. "Good morning," she chirped. "I'm here to resolve your noncompliance." Elena smirked. "Didn't know we were at war." Susan ignored her. "Rosemary isn't approved. It disrupts visual harmony and attracts bees, liability risk." I started to speak, but Susan's hand stopped me like a drill sergeant. "The board has decided." Elena leaned in. "Tell the board to send someone taller than your clipboard." Susan blinked, then marched off like she'd banished us. That night, Elena ran drills. Caleb stood in the backyard, bike helmet on, gripping a shovel like it might attack. "Seriously?" he groaned. Elena tossed him a pool float. "Disarm the perimeter. Roll, scan, sweep." He muttered, "This isn't a battlefield, it's our yard." Elena's voice was ice. So was Fallujah. I watched from the porch, feeling a gap I couldn't bridge. Caleb snapped, "Why are we doing this? It's not normal." Elena stopped. "Neither is surveillance." We didn't argue. Letters piled up, fines, enforcement pending, a red sticker on our door. Elena opened a basement case, its contents unspoken but heavy. I saw Caleb's eyes shift. He was watching her step up, and me step back. Then, silence, the kind before a storm. The dog stopped barking. Streetlights flickered out. Boots hit our lawn, 3 pairs, steady, not rushing. Elena whispered, "They're not pros." I peered through curtains, seeing 3 men in crisp uniforms, boots too shiny, moving like they'd watched a SWAT tutorial online. Elena noted the breacher scanning our door. "He's checking kickback clearance." I hissed, "They're here to kick it in?" She nodded. "If ordered." She moved toward her boots. I blocked her. "Shouldn't we call someone?" Her calm was unyielding. "Tom, if you're stopping me, pick a better moment." I stepped aside. 3 sharp knocks, precise, like a challenge. Caleb flinched. I opened the door to 3 stone-faced men, one clutching a clipboard like a death warrant. "You're in violation of Regulation 12.4. We're here for final compliance." I stammered. "Are you?" Elena stepped past, sleeves rolled, hair tied. "Final procedures?" Big words for a guy in fake patches and cheap sunglasses. The leader blinked. His partner shifted toward the flower bed, the third angled wide. "They're boxing us," Elena murmured. "Watch his hands." The leader snapped. "Failure to comply escalates this." Elena smiled. "What?" "The part where you're filmed fumbling a taser before I zip tie you to the mailbox." She vanished into the hedges. The men spun, too slow. Sprinklers erupted, not water, but chalk, blinding white clouds. Elena had rigged them days ago. 2 men choked, eyes streaming. The third raised a taser. Elena dropped from a tree, hitting him square. His knees buckled. She disarmed and zip-tied the second in one fluid motion. The leader backed up, chalk swirling. "We're HOA contractors." Elena snatched his clipboard, her grip iron. It wasn't a checklist, it was a dossier. Our schedules, routes, even when I locked the gate. Inked at the bottom. Phase 1, contact. Phase 2, removal. Phase 3, asset recovery. Caleb whispered, asset what? Elena's voice was steel. They've tracked us for weeks. We sat them on the porch, gear dumped in a bucket. Elena spread the clipboard like a battle map, cross-referencing HOA records. Susan's contractor ID was fake. Her company, a shell. She's funneled dues into surveillance. Uniforms, muscle, Elena said. Caleb blinked. Like money laundering? I slumped. We need a lawyer, police. Elena was already hacking the HOA server, pulling files, budget clauses, redacted rapid response entries, reports of uncooperative tenants removed. Susan had run tactical ops on families, testing how far she could push. If no one fights, Elena said, she takes everything. We walked the neighborhood, spotting signs, yard gnomes with camera lenses, QR-coded stickers, a black van with no plates, and an HOA field op folder. A new flyer screamed, neighborhood unity is everyone's duty. Disruptors invite removal. Caleb found another in a neighbor's mailbox. This isn't just us, I said. Elena nodded. It's a coup. The block went quiet too quiet. No kids, no sprinklers. Smoke and barbecue scent drifted from Susan's staged cookout, red, white, and blue bunting masking her agenda. We ate defiantly on our porch when a drone hummed overhead military grade. 6 rotors, red lens tracking Elena. It's profiling, she said, logging behavior. A second drone zipped from the garden. Elena grabbed a rake, stance low, and smashed it midair. Susan raised a cup across the street, her smile venomous. Neighbors glanced, then looked away. Our phones had no signal, no Wi-Fi. Blackout test, Elena said. Next is isolation. Elena turned our yard into a gauntlet. Tarp tunnels, wire traps, barrels. Caleb tripped, fell into the koi pond, and raged. This is insane. It's just a plant. Elena faced him. You think I want this? I'm training you so your first fight isn't your last. He went silent, then ran the drills again, faster, sharper. By dusk, we were a team. At 2:41 a.m., sensors flashed red. Elena strapped on her vest. Floodlights blinded our windows. 5 figures in black visors formed a triangle, boots thudding. The doorbell rang once, cold. Elena's sprinklers fired flour. She dropped from the roof, flashbangs popping marbles. Net snared boots. Susan's voice blared. You've refused unity. This is your final invitation. Smoke jars burst, visibility gone. I triggered a chalk hose, toppling a man. Caleb threw a glitter bomb, strobe lights shrieking. Neighbors' lights flicked on, phones recording. The squad retreated under scrutiny, shamed. We thought exposure won it. Wrong. By morning, Susan's email called it a safety drill. Neighbors shunned us. Casseroles returned unwashed. Flyers branded us accomplices. I snapped, spices exploding across the counter. I hit a guy. Now I'm her volunteer. Elena's hand steadied me. She's riding control. Our living room became a war room, sandbags, proxies, a bedsheet screen. Elena's video laid bare the raid. Timestamps, heat signatures, Susan's voice unedited. It hit 57,000 views in hours, spreading globally. Susan's rebuttal claimed misinformation, but Elena's second video HOA logs, chat leaks, a neighborhood walkthrough trended harder. Susan stepped back, citing threats. A vote excluded her. But she wasn't done. Tuesday, a soft knock. Susan stood there, no badge, just that smile. I want to talk, she said. Elena stared. About what? Susan offered peace, then a job. You're strategic. Join us. Elena's eyes narrowed. And if I say no? Susan stepped back. We'll see how long your peace lasts. She left with, power finds its way home. We didn't celebrate. We checked sensors, rewrote playbooks. Caleb asked, she's not gone, is she? Elena's answer was firm. She never is. I held our cracked mug, glued but scarred. Power doesn't always storm, it knocks politely. Elena knew from day one. This wasn't war, but balance. And balance demands vigilance, or you lose it all.